back with another YouTube video. Alright, so we're going to talk about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK, and 205. And I'm probably going to go probably less than 15 minutes, I would guess. Alright, so Raw started with Stephanie introducing Becky Lynch. Well, she tried to introduce Becky Lynch, but actually got cut off by Becky Lynch, which was like, okay, Becky Lynch was going to come out there anyways, so it's like that's not really her cutting you off as so much as it is Becky Lynch wanting to come out there without being introduced. And then basically Becky says, I don't even remember what Becky said. Well, I guess no. Stephanie was really doing all the talking. Stephanie was like, "You need to go see the doctor because your knee." And Becky's like, "I'm fine." And then just broke down into Becky Lynch attacking Stephanie. Stephanie kicking her knee out, and then Stephanie suspended her, and then they attacked each other. So then Becky was walked to the back, walked out of the arena or whatever. Ronda comes up, basically says, "Go put some ice on that knee because I want you at your best," and all the other things that Ronda usually says to opponents, intimidating them and intimidating slash wanting them to be at their best. So yeah. Then we get Ronda versus Liv Morgan. Ronda wins via submission, taps out Liv Morgan in like 3 minutes. I don't know. Then Ronda versus Sarah Logan. Ronda wins again. Ronda also got on the mic in between both those matches and was like, "Oh, why are you guys just standing there? Why are you guys looking at me? Somebody do something." And then that's why Sarah Logan got in the ring and then got beat by Ronda. So that was that. Ruby teased getting in the ring, but she didn't. She was like, "Oh, my friends need me, yada yada." So she didn't get in the ring. Kurt Angle comes out there acting like he's going to retire. He doesn't, of course. Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre come out. They're going to beat up Kurt. Braun comes in, and he's like, "Oh, you're not going to beat up Kurt because I'm going to help out Kurt. You're not going to 2-on-1 him because I'm going to help him out." That's our main event. Into the DQ. Which was like, if it was going to end in a DQ, there was no point. Like, why do the match if you wanted to end it in DQ anyway? There was no point. And that's basically all I have to say about that. And we go into the other things that happened on Raw. Revival versus the B Team versus Lucha House Party versus Heavy Machinery. This match was a 4 corners elimination, and the Revival win. B Team goes out. Lucha House Party goes out. Well, I think Heavy Machinery went out before Lucha House Party. I don't remember the order of elimination. It's not like it matters, realistically, because if anybody has seen Raw or seen Raw reviews before, you know the order of eliminations is usually like the team that's going to win is in last. So there you go. And given the fact that I wait to do my reviews on Thursdays as opposed to doing Raw reviews right after Raw, because if I did a Raw review just by itself, it would be like, 4 minutes maybe? So, yeah. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins decide to stay as a team, and Zack Ryder cuts a promo talking about how they got his name wrong last week, which I do remember that. And it was like, well, yeah, Zach, they did get your name wrong. You've been here for 12 years. How did they get your name wrong? I have no idea. And Kurt Hawkins is like, they got your name wrong? You're complaining about they got your name wrong? I've been on a 200-plus losing streak. And they basically say, we're both losers, even though Zack Ryder's more successful than Kurt Hawkins. But anyway, Boston Hug Connection versus Nikki Cross and Alicia Fox. Boston Hug Connection, Sasha and Bayley. They get attacked before the match, and Bayley basically wins the match for both of them because Sasha's injured. We're rumored to be injured, reportedly injured. So Jeff Jarrett versus Elias. Elias wins. I'm not going to talk about Jeff Jarrett any more than I have to. Jeff Jarrett doesn't work as a babyface. He never has. He never will. And there you go. Dana Brooke sets up a match with her and Natalya next week. Basically comes in to tell Natalya about it. She's got headphones in. So there you go. Finn Balor versus Lio Rush. Finn Balor wins and might get a title shot against Bobby Lashley, as is Bobby Lashley's words. He said, if you beat Lio Rush, I might consider giving you a title shot against me. So EC3 beats Dean Ambrose. Why EC3 beat Dean Ambrose? One, EC3 should have gotten put over Dean Ambrose anyways, but everybody's going to speculate. He only won because Dean Ambrose is leaving in April. Well, yeah, basically, because if Ambrose wasn't leaving in April and if WWE wouldn't have announced it as him leaving in April, Dean Ambrose probably would have won. I'm just saying. Anyway, okay, so that was 6 minutes. 6 minutes of a Raw review. Now I'm going into SmackDown. So the video might have been 6 minutes, depending on how long I wanted it to go. Depending on what I remembered. Because if I review something the day after, the day after it comes on, I'm more than likely to remember it. Although I don't remember much of NXT. Well, how many matches happened? 3 or 4? You know what? I'll go to NXT real quick. So, Drew Gulak versus, what was his name? Guggenheim? Some Guggenheim guy. Some jobber guy. I don't know. Drew Gulak wins, which was I don't want to say his first match on NXT, but his first match in a while. And then Drew Gulak fights Matt Riddle, loses, obviously. That was a good back and forth match, though. I'll say submission holds traded back and forth and whatnot. And then we get Marina Shafir, Jessamine Duke, Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, and Kairi Sane. Io pins Shayna, and Bianca's looking annoyed because she wanted to get the pin on Shayna because she wants to be the next in line for the Women's Championship shot, which of course you do because anybody would want to. And then so basically Kairi tries to celebrate with Bianca, and she tries to touch her hair. Bianca whips her hair back. She's like, no. Or visibly, she's like, no. Looking at her, she doesn't say the words no, or I don't know if she mouths it or not, but she's like, yeah, we're not doing that whole touching hair crap. All right, I'll clap with you, but that's it. And the first thing that happened was Velveteen Dream comes out and challenges Johnny for the North American Championship because he was like, oh, I won the Worlds Collide tournament, so I can challenge for whatever title I want. And he challenges for the NXT North American Championship. So there you go. And Johnny comes out and celebrate. Well, before that, Johnny celebrates his title win. Tommaso comes out and says he's not here to ruin his moment. Johnny's like, this isn't about you, this is about me. And then Velveteen Dream comes out, and we get to the aforementioned challenge. So, yeah, that was NXT America. I mean, that's basically what it is, NXT America. Anyway, now on to SmackDown. And I would go to NXT UK or 205, but I don't remember all the things that happened on 205. If there was a match in between the Brian Kendrick and Mike Kanellis match, which Brian Kendrick did end up winning, and the other Fatal 4-Way, which was, who was it? Lio Rush, Cedric, Tozawa, and Humberto Carrillo. And what was the order of eliminations on that one? Lio, Humberto, and then Cedric. So Tozawa won. Yeah. And then I don't remember what happened on NXT UK, so I'll just look up those results after I do SmackDown. But yeah, like I said, this video was under 15 minutes. So it's going to the 10-minute mark now. We basically get a rehash of what happened on Raw, but this time with Charlotte, Becky, and Triple H. Charlotte comes out, says how somebody might need to replace Becky Lynch in the Mania main event. Charlotte's like, "Oh, I'm healthy. I'm standing here." Becky comes out through the crowd. Charlotte's like, "You stole Roman Reigns' entrance," and then they get to, jaw jacking back and forth, and basically Triple H comes out, says how Becky Lynch is looking for an out, like she did in Survivor Series when she got a concussion. Not Survivor Series, but whatever that week was before on Raw or whatever, the week before, when Becky came out there and was like attacking the Raw locker room or whatever, put Ronda in the submission, got punched out by Nia Jax, got a concussion, and then she got taken out, and Charlotte had to be her replacement. So she slaps Triple H and then gets escorted out, basically. Rest of SmackDown. There was a Jeff Hardy Daniel Bryan match, which was that was good. It was a good match. Daniel Bryan wins, and then that was the end of the show. I'm skipping to the end of the show. Either way, Daniel Bryan wins. Everybody in the Elimination Chamber comes out to hit their finishes. AJ comes out, gets physical. People thought he had a hernia because it was rumored that he had one, but AJ shuts things down on Twitter now. So whatever rumors are out there, be wary because AJ Styles will shut them down. AJ Styles' friends had a match: Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Rusev and Shinsuke. Rusev and Shinsuke win, and they're begrudgingly holding each other's hands up like, "Oh yeah, we won, but are we going to be a team like usual on a regular basis? Like, are we going to go for the tag titles, or what's going to happen here? Like, I don't know." But yeah, Rusev and Shinsuke win, and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson continue their losing ways. Like the last couple of times they've been on TV, they lost. Mustafa Ali versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton wins with a RKO. He pulls Mustafa Ali from the top rope and RKO's him, which was pretty cool. Still not as cool, admittedly, as the Evan Bourne where Evan Bourne goes up for the shooting star press and Randy catches him in an RKO. And also the Seth Rollins one. But I still hold that the Evan Bourne Randy Orton one as the best one. So, and then basically Jeff and AJ are talking backstage. Basically, I guess they were might have been alluding to a match between them next week, but also they said see you in the chamber, so they're probably gonna do a 3-on-3 match next week. Faces on one side, heels on the other. And I don't know, maybe Jeff will eliminate AJ from the chamber match. I don't know. Mandy Rose and Naomi, they're the next team in the Elimination Chamber women's match for the tag titles. Then we get a match: Naomi and Carmella versus the Iconic versus Mandy Rose and Sonya. Mandy Rose eliminates Naomi. Mandy still has yet to be pinned by Naomi. But hey, there's the chamber match. Naomi could pin her there, so there you go. This match was what it was. It was good. Wasn't too bad. All right. And I already talked about the main event. So now on to NXT UK, which I do remember one thing. Walter had a match in the main event against Mark Coffey. Yep, there it is. So Walter versus Mark Coffey. Walter wins. There was chops, of course, because it's Walter, so of course there's going to be chops. First match was Ligero versus Mark Andrews. Was a very fast-paced match. Ligero wins. This was a good back and forth. Zaya Brookside, Robbie Brookside's daughter, who is pretty great at wrestling. Basically, is not as good as Tony Storm or Rhea Ripley, but she's good. And basically, like they're all they're all great at wrestling, which is why there is an NXT UK, of course. Some wrestlers are obviously better than others, which is why they're champions. Some people are champions and some people aren't. Duh. Um. So yeah, Xia Brookside. Wait. So Xia Brookside wins, or it was an attack during the match? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Xia Brookside does win. That's what it says. Xia Brookside wins. Rhea Ripley comes out to attack both of them. Tony Storm makes a save. Um, but eventually is attacked by Rhea Ripley. So Rhea's standing tall over all three of them. Joseph Connors versus Wild Boar Mike Hitchman. Joseph Connors wins. This was all right. Wasn't that great? Um, who did Joe Coffey? Joe Coffey fought. Who? Jordan Devlin vows to defeat Noah Emdar next week, or not next week, but in Phoenix. Gallus Pierce. Who did Joe Coffey fight? Mia Yim versus Jenny is going to happen next week. Joe Coffey had a match against somebody. I don't know why it doesn't show it on the results. Well, either way. Oh, was it Ashton Smith? I think so, yeah. So Joe Coffey versus Ashton Smith. This match was good. Yeah, I would say it was good. Joe Coffey wins, and then we get to the main event, and then all those other things that I said happen or are gonna happen. So Mia Yim versus Jenny. I want Mia Yim to win, but I feel like Jenny's gonna win because it's a match on NXT UK, and they're trying to build up their NXT UK women's division. So Jenny's probably gonna win. Mia Yim's definitely a better wrestler than her, though. When Tony Storm and Jenny had their matches in progress, I always thought that Tony Storm was the better wrestler because that's just what I think. Like, obviously, I think Tony Storm is pretty awesome. So, Jenny, she's all right, but Tony Storm's great. Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley, they're both great. So, anyways, so yeah, I did it. Talked about everything. Well, let me talk about some AEW stuff. All Elite Wrestling. Sammy Guevara got signed. That's awesome. Sammy Guevara went to the same high school as me, lives in Texas like I do, of course. But yeah, Sammy Guevara got signed. So since I'm touching on AEW, let me look up the new signees. All right. So Kenny Omega, obviously. Let me see this full roster page, if there is one. Unless I just scroll through it. Okay. Aja Kong is one of them, which is she was in WWF for a little bit. I don't know why I keep going under though. There. All right. And that other signees was some guys from Japan, I guess. Not guys from Japan, guys from China, I think. Because yeah, guys from China, because they're in agreement with the guys from China. So Pentagon and Phoenix sign. Their contracts are not exclusive, and when they came out there at the rally that they had, the ticket ticket announcement rally or whatever, Pentagon gave Matt a Penta driver, which is package pile driver, of course. So that's a match set up for their show in May, the All Elite Wrestling show in May, Double or Nothing. So Pentagon and Phoenix sign. Kenny Omega signs. Kenny Omega's awesome. Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho was basically set up at that show because when Kenny Omega came out there and talked, Chris Jericho came out. Cody says he wants a match at Double or Nothing. He doesn't have. He's not scheduled for a match right now. Pac, aka Neville, versus Hangman Adam Page. That's gonna happen at Double or Nothing. Chucky T and Trent Beretta, best friends. Chucky T's not my favorite wrestler. That's not well documented on this channel or anything because I barely ever mention him. But yeah, I don't really like Chucky T that much. Trent Beretta is great. He's awesome. They're tag team known as the best friends. They signed to AEW. When MJF came out there and basically talked, which of course he did. Sonny Kiss, which is he's a wrestler from Lucha Underground. He's one of those flamboyant wrestlers, I'll say. He's pretty good. Like, his character doesn't stand out to me or anything because I've seen characters like that before. There was this one guy in Lucha Underground, Pimpinela Escarata. He was he's basically the same character as Sonny Kiss. The only difference is the one guy, the Pimpinela guy, he's fat and maybe white, definitely Mexican. And the difference between him and Sonny Kiss is black. There you go. They're basically the same character. Sonny Kiss is more of a high flyer than Pimpinela was because he's like, I'm not saying you can't be a fat high flyer, but he didn't look like a high flyer, and he wasn't one. Let's just put it that way. Then we get SCU coming out announcing that they're having a match against the guys from China. What is this guy's name specifically? Not just the guys from China, even though they are, obviously, but let me see what his name was. Brandy Rose announces Yuka Sakazai. And so women announced for All Elite Wrestling, Aja Kong, Yuki, Kaylee Ray, and who else? Somebody came out there during Kaylee Ray's speech. The American Kaiju, Nyla Rose. And then, okay, so yeah, SCU versus who else? Dragon, was it History of Pro Wrestling? Okay, so the CEO of OEW came out, not OEW, OWE, Dragon Fu, and so who else was in this? So, oh yeah, okay, so the Dragon Gate legend, so who was, so is the Dragon Gate legend Dragon Fu? Is that who it is? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. So Dragon Fu and two of his trainees from the OWE, I guess you'll say OWE dojo, although it's not really a dojo. So they're going to have a match against SCU. So that should be, well, I've never seen those other three guys wrestle before, so I don't know how good they are. I mean, he's a Dragon Gate wrestling legend, the guy that's on the other side. So I'm sure this match will be good. And then, so yeah, that was everything. Just had to throw some other wrestling stuff in there just to not be a specific WWE channel because I watch indie wrestling and I've thrown other indie wrestling things in there before. So yeah, see you guys next week. This video was admittedly longer than I said it was going to be because I threw that stuff in there. So basically this video is 24 minutes and 50 seconds. So see you guys next week.